You know the difference between the Jets offense and Tim Tebow? The Jets offense finally scored, which means Tim Tebow is still a virgin. Oh.
Here I am, it's the on-campus kingpin, yes I am.
Gayle Saunders, Eagles Sessions, Episode 5. Yes, we're talking the New York Jets and the Philadelphia Eagles. A big 28-10 win over the Jets. And can you believe it? 4 wins in a row. I mean, the last time that's happened in preseason, it was 1995. And we had a guy by the name of Mike Mamula playing for the Eagles. But anyway, big props to the Eagles for putting 4 wins together in a row. I mean, it's preseason. I mean, can you really get excited about preseason? Not so much. But from what we saw tonight, let's give a nice little slow clap for Trent Edwards. You know what I'm saying? I usually started off with Foles, but Edwards on the night, 22 of 32. 197 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked pretty good, man. I mean, if we're talking about, QB depth. It's a shame that we didn't get to see much from Kafka, and he didn't get an opportunity to stick up for himself. But if Andy Reid is talking about Foles being that number 2 quarterback, now you have Edwards playing lights out, saying this is the best preseason he's played. Edwards has done everything he's had to do to keep this third string QB position. So I'm gonna go out on a limb that you could let Kafka go. Anyway, let's talk about the young running backs. Bryce Brown. He played very well tonight. Scored a nice little touchdown. Chris Polk is showing you how much of a hardcore, tough runner this guy is. He had 61 yards on the ground, but he had a couple runs called back. And during those runs, he was putting Stomp Johnson on some of these folks. He even hurt a DT going in for that goal, for that touchdown on the goal line. But I'm telling you, Chris Polk, might not be as fast as Bryce Brown, but he knows how to hit the hole. I like what I saw from him, and it'd be interesting to see if they keep him in some capacity, whether it be on the practice squad or maybe as a fullback. I don't know. Can he block? Can he lead block? I don't know. Is there room for a fullback on this roster? 2 fullbacks? We still have a Philly as well. But anyway, let's talk about Marty Gilliard. He's trying to make this roster. The guy has a lot of versatility. I like what he brings to the table. And the fact that he could be a gunner on the punt team, he could be a punt returner, he could be a kick returner if you need one, and he's been making plays. He built a nice rapport with Edwards going on preseason, and from what I saw in camp, could he make this roster? It's interesting. There's guys like McNutt. There's guys like Chad Hall. Did he do enough tonight? I'm not sure. You gotta. It was like the 5'8" versus 5'8", the DB cornerback. I thought he would catch a couple of those balls over Trufant, but he didn't. Isaiah Trufant had the best of them. And if you're on the bubble like Chad Hall is, you got to make those catches. You make those catches, could make the roster. He's looked great in preseason. I just haven't seen him look great in a season, really. So I think you might have to give that roster spot to someone else. Demaris Johnson played steady tonight. Showed again his skills on the punt return game, and then made some nice couple catches during the game. He's gonna make the roster. Let's talk about Demetrius Bell. Maybe not. Let's not talk about Demetrius Bell because you got me upset. We need a left tackle guy. Now let's move on to defense. Let's talk about Jaquan Jarrett, a guy that's been getting a lot of criticism from the media. The second round pick he's picked up his game the last couple games, and tonight he showed that he's got a lot of heart and he's got a lot of know-how as he was in the right positions tonight. He played pretty well. I think he's going to get that roster spot. Brandon Graham played decent tonight. He had a couple penalties, but overall he showed some force. Typically, you don't want to see a guy like this of his caliber playing in these kind of games. He was a first-round pick 2 years ago, but he's coming on and he played well tonight. I want to point out Brian Roll. At times he shows flashes, and then sometimes he shows he's a little lost out there sometimes. But I like his high motor. He laid a couple hits out there, took McElroy off his feet. But I just need to see a little bit more out of Roll. That position is still in flux to me. I'm not sure. Let's see. Vinny Curry. This guy with 2 sacks. I mean, the defensive line on a whole looked pretty well. They know how to get after the quarterback. And big shout out to the Jedi Washburn coaching these young guys up. And you're gonna expect to see more when the season starts, when they bring back Jason Babin, the Eagles sack master. So big shout out to Jason Babin, because I can't wait to see this all season long. And moving right along, I want to give a big shout out to this awesome man. I'm not going to put his name out there, but he goes by the name of Mr. Swell, to those that know him well. This ball present that I got, just want to share with you Eagle fans out there, as a couple of the young guns for the Eagles. Wanted to get some new players that I didn't get last season. Starting with Nick Foles. You're going to see that autograph maybe in the future. Could be a great Eagle. We don't know. Also, another guy who stood out in camp, Trent Edwards. We just talked about him. Trent Edwards. A couple other guys on the list here. Let's see. We got Brent Selleck. We got the first string tight end for the Eagles. And while we're at it, why don't we go the second string tight end, Clay Harbor. Let's see. We got Jeremy Maclin here, and we got Brandon Boykin. I like what I've seen out of him this season. Jason Kelsey, awesome beard. I'm expecting big things from you in your second year. Who else we got on here? Damaris Johnson, right here. He's impressed at camp. Glad to get that young rookie's signature. This is definitely going on the mantle. But Mr. Swell, big shout out to you. Much appreciated. A gift like this doesn't go unnoticed. Something that I will appreciate, and just kind of gift that makes you smile just looking at the ball. But anyway, Eagles fans, you got to be excited for the season. I know I'm super excited. Week 1 is upon us, folks. Week 1 is upon us. Again, Eagles therapy. We're going to be here all season long. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button up there. Big shout out to my new subscribers out there in YouTube land. Wanderer, J Dowgs 56, Billy Bada 553-3153. Big shout out to Fine.1. and E-Man 6942. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. You need Eagles therapy every week. You hit that subscribe button. And once again, one big shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going into week 1, and it's time to get that W. It's Cleveland Browns. We can't sleep on them. So hopefully the Eagles are living the dream, and not as a dream team. Living the dream. Let's get that W. Let's get that Super Bowl. Football's back, baby. And Eagle Sessions is here. I'm Gayle Saunders signing out for now. I'll see you episode 6.